should pass away. It's okay.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah!
Come on, Jess!
Here we go now. We can find a place to feel good, and we can treat people with kindness. Find a place to feel good. All we ever want is automatic all the time. All we ever want is auto all about time. All we ever want is automatic all the time. All we ever want is auto all about time. Maybe we can find a place to feel good, and we can treat people with kindness. Find a place to feel good.
Wow, this is hard to follow. It's a pleasure to sing with Kaleidoscope and all the choir people. They're so talented. Think about that. Good morning and welcome to Unitarian Universalist Church West. I'm so happy we could all be together here this morning. And if you are a newcomer, if you are here for the first time, welcome. And for those of us who are joining us virtually, we can't see you, but we are with you in spirit. I'm Elma Sophie, and I'm a new member of your Board of Trustees. This church acknowledges our debt to all those who have lived on this land long before we did, and today who continue to strive among us. We honor their struggles and their perseverance. We are also committed to welcoming all who come through our doors. No matter who you love, you are welcome here. No matter how old you are or the color of your skin, you are welcome here. No matter how you define yourself, you are welcome here. All are welcome here. And if you are a newcomer here this morning, and if you want to know more about our congregation, you can fill out this share sheet and drop it into the basket when they take up the collection. Or better yet, stop out at the welcome table and talk to one of our members out there. We can answer any questions you might have. And you can join us in the community room for coffee, tea, and conversation. We'd love to get to know more about you. And our church here offers many, many activities. They are printed on your sheet, many activities, 2 pages. They're all important, and so I hope you will take those sheets home with you. But I will highlight just a few. The first one is, because I'm on the board, the number 2, the Board of Trustees is looking to fill an unexpected vacancy and will appoint a member to fill the vacancy for the rest of the church year. Contact Nick Clark by October 19th to express your interest or to suggest a nominee. Second one is number 15. Join the Young Families Ministry for a fall family night on Friday, October 24th from 6 to 8 p.m. It's an evening of costumes, crafts, and community. Families will enjoy snacks, music, dancing, games, and plenty of fellowship. Sounds like fun. Contact Emily Clark for more information. And then there's one that did not make it into the announcements, but I will want to announce it as well. And you can join us for a dazzling pop-up jewelry fundraiser with UUCW member Joanne Kopeshki on October 19th after our service. You can discover her unique designs featuring handcrafted mixed metals and shimmering gemstones, perfect for the holidays. And these treasures give twice. 50% of all sales will benefit UUCW, and 50% will support the Hunger Task Force. And you can see your e-news or the poster in the community room for the link to her website to preview Joanne's creations. Also, finally, the community room, there are 3 tables this morning that you can visit. The SJ Act, which is formerly the Social Action Group. You can visit Molly Conrad. And Molly, it says in here, she will have some chocolates for you. And the second one is the Song and Poetry Writing Group. And Eric said there would be a tiny desk concert. I don't know what that is, but visit. And finally, the Mahjong group is there as well. And if you want to learn to play Mahjong, join that group and you can sign up for learning how to play. And this ends our announcements. It is such a privilege and a joy to be here together in community. May this service guide our path to love, truth, and justice.
Good morning. My name is Reverend Jill Braithwaite. I use she, her pronouns, and I echo Almeth in saying how very good it is to gather here together this morning. I offer these words as our call to worship from Charles Magistro. I'm amused by the view that it's easy to be a Unitarian Universalist. It's as easy to be a Unitarian Universalist as it is to be persistent, courageous, and curious. It's as easy to be a Unitarian Universalist as it is to search the murky waters of life without sure charts to guide us, or any guarantee that we will find a safe port to put down anchor. It's as easy to be a Unitarian Universalist as it is to overcome the natural fear of the unknown and venture forth with nothing to sustain us but the zest for life and hunger for new experience and understanding. Our way in religion is not the way of ease. We are called to be sailors, for many worlds exist waiting to be discovered, and not the least of these worlds are within ourselves. And now, as Almeth lights our chalice, please join me in saying the chalice lighting words that are printed in your order of service. We gather with our hearts and minds open. We gather with love as our guide. Together, we seek to grow our souls and to live our values. Our mission is this: grounded in love, UUCW is a joyful community committed to spiritual growth, inclusion, and justice. Now please rise in body and/or spirit, and we'll sing together hymn number 1014, Answering the Call of Love.
Faithful
Good morning. My name is Dave Cicero. I'm Director of Lifespan Religious Education here at UU Church West. Pronouns I use for myself are he and him. And today's book is not so much a story, but some guided practice. So I'm going to ask all the young people to please come up front here. There's going to be some sitting and some standing involved. And for the rest of you in the congregation, I will invite you just to rise and as you are willing and able. Oh, I thought for a second I grabbed the Spanish version. I have the English version. Spanish version I have on the table over there. So our book today is called I Am. Affirmations for Resilience. It is written by Bella Barbosa, illustrated by Edel Rodriguez. It begins. Take a moment and pay attention to your body. How do you feel on the inside? Your feet, your legs, your tummy, your back, your shoulders, your arms, your hands, your mind, your heart. If you don't like the way you feel, you don't have to feel that way forever. When you're ready to move on, you can make yourself feel better. So, when you're feeling scared of something new, stand tall. Everybody stand tall. I invite everybody, let's stand tall. Remember, we're feeling scared, so we're going to stand tall to undo that feeling a little bit. You can put your hand on your hips. Some people say this is a power stance. And we're going to say, I am brave.
I am brave.
And when your body feels out of control, sit with your hands in your lap. I will invite you all to have a seat. And now say, I am calm, my body is quiet. And when you're feeling jealous or left out, put your hands on your heart and say, I am loved. Now, when you're feeling mad and you're ready to move on, count to 5 and say, I am peaceful. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I am peaceful. And when you're feeling ignored, like no one listens to you, put your hands on your belly. Take a breath. Feel your belly expand. And say, I am important. And when you're feeling guilty or forget to advance to the next slide, you feel bad about something you did, big, small, just close your eyes. Put your hands on your heart and say, I forgive myself. I will do it differently next time. When you're feeling frustrated because something isn't working out, stand tall. Take 3 deep breaths. And say, I try my hardest. I can do it. And when you're having trouble waiting, you can go ahead and have a seat. When you're having trouble waiting for something to happen or your turn, put one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart. Breathe in and out and say, I am patient. I am understanding. And when you're feeling like you're not as good as someone else, raise both arms above your head in a V shape and say, I am the best I can be. And when you're feeling lonely, hug yourself and say, my friends and family love me. And I will add, you can love yourself as well. It's always okay to feel bad, or mad, or wild for just a little while. And when that while is over, it feels good to move on. You can breathe in what makes you feel calm and peaceful, and breathe out what makes you feel out of control or sad. One of my favorite hymns in our hymnal. When I breathe in peace. And when I breathe out love, releasing what's out of control or sad. The author here concludes with, when you say the words that you know are true, you will feel those too. Thank you for listening and participating. Finn has agreed to light our lantern today. So I'm going to invite him up to do that. And all those through 8th grade who are going to religious education classes are invited to follow Finn out into the lobby where we'll get organized as the rest of us sing our recessional. As you go, may joy surround you. As you go, go in peace. Know our love is with you always. As you go, as you go, as you go.
We enter now a time for sharing of joys and sorrows that touch our individual lives. This is one way we express through ritual the many ways that we care for one another. In a moment, you'll be invited to come to the mic to share aloud, or raise your hand and an usher will bring you a mic. I will light a candle for you, and after each sharing, I'll invite you all to respond with me, "We hold you in love." If you have something you'd rather not share aloud, you can use the QR code on the order of service, and at any time during the week, you can use the link in the e-news to let us know what's on your heart. What you share this morning is only for the ears of those gathered here. It will not be in the posted video of the service or shared in our e-news. To folks attending online, we hold you in love as well. Now, please come forward. And now we place one last candle for those joys and concerns not shared here, but held deeply in our hearts. We hold you in love. Will you join me now in a spirit of prayer or meditation? Spirit of life, source of love, divine mystery that goes by many names and is beyond all naming. We send the love of this community to all who are coping with illness, anxiety, addiction, or depression. We hold in care all those living with grief. We hold in care all those targeted by powers that deny their rights and their very humanity. Let us breathe in faith together and exhale hopelessness. Let us breathe in joy and exhale despair. Let us breathe in gratitude and exhale indifference. And let us know ourselves this day and every day, held by a love that will not let us go. Blessed be and amen. Now please rise in body and or spirit, and we'll sing together hymn 1021, Lean on Me.
So we sort of follow the hymnal and sort of do the Bill Withers version and sort of just, you know it, so just follow along.
In our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow. But if we are wise, we know that there's
Good morning. Our reading is from Emergent Strategy, Shaping Change, Changing Worlds by Adrienne Mary Brown. I resisted meditation for so long. I said it just didn't suit my personality, or that I wasn't down to sit, that I could meditate while doing other things, active, non-meditative things. I was in good company with this, particularly in social justice spaces. Everything we're working on is actually urgent. People are being hurt at every level. People and species are dying. The planet is being damaged. We're not making it up. Setting aside time from our work can feel violently selfish. And yet, if we haven't cultivated mindfulness in our attention, how do we ever expect to break out of the cycle of crisis response? How will we ever put our attention onto solutions? Put our attention onto the new practices we need? Meditation kept waiting for me, around every corner, in every room. Grief was the gift that finally let me understand meditation. In teaching basic meditation at my wind call retreat, Black Zen teacher Angel Kyodo Williams once said that our access to the global scale of suffering has become immediate through technology. But we have not developed the capacity to be with that increased awareness of suffering. I have felt this truth many times in my life, particularly as loved ones have transitioned beyond this life. And as I have been politicized, awakened to the specific and overwhelming suffering that is funded by U.S. tax dollars. I have felt my small hands up against these giants of death, of imperialism, of my own hopelessness. What my meditation teachers have shared with me is that meditation is about choosing where my attention goes, training my attention. And that when I am overcome by sadness, loss, anger, joy, desire, restlessness, or other emotions, it helps to be able to drop into myself and choose. To be with the emotions intentionally, to listen for what is needed. This has been a path into emergent strategy. The more I listen, the more I understand the interconnectedness of the world and my place in it, my insignificance, my wholeness, our collective potential and beauty.
Broken down and tired of living this life on a merry-go-round, and you can't find the fighter, but I see it in you, so we're gonna walk it out and move mountains, gonna walk it out, move
Rise like the day, I rise up in spite of the ache. I will rise 1,000 times again. I'll rise up, rise like the waves. I'll rise up in spite of the ache. We'll rise up and live to 1,000 times again.
Last week, worship arts leader Glenn Thomas Rideout shared the following story. I recently took up running. 7 miles last week, 5 yesterday. Every stride a small astonishment when I remember the half-pack habit that once framed my afternoons. The change crept in piece by piece. One block, one loop, one morning where I'll try felt truer than I can't. This is how bodies learn to believe, he continues, through practice, rhythm, and honest limits. The process itself stretches like a marathon, slow, repetitive, strangely joyful. As I train, I keep returning to a truth for our spiritual life together. Endurance grows by design. Values set a pace. Small repetitions compound into freedom. Endurance grows by design. Values set a pace. In Unitarian Universalist faith communities like ours, we move both individually and collectively along a path of transformation. And it is indeed a marathon, not a sprint. One of the most effective ways we engage in transformation is with spiritual practice. And while it is tempting and understandable to think of spiritual practices as unimportant in times like these, I submit that spiritual practice has never been more important than now, that our internal fortifications matter now more than ever. I love that word, fortifications. First, a word about what we mean by spiritual practice. I think this definition from the UU Wellspring program is spot on. Quote, spiritual practices are activities that we approach with intentionality and regularity that allow us to connect with our deepest selves and with the larger wholeness of which we are a part. Spiritual practice helps cultivate aspects of ourselves, such as compassion and kindness, and helps us achieve states of consciousness, such as awe or stillness. Through spiritual practice, we experience our interconnectedness And by going deeper, we touch a deep sense of peace. Yeah, good definition. Spiritual practice is like tending the garden, I think, of our spiritual and religious life. That garden will never be perfect, the tending will never be perfect, but with regular, attentive care, and perhaps a little luck in a garden, over time, it will bloom. It is sometimes said of UUs that we can believe whatever we want, that we are an easy religion that asks little of us. But I'm with Charles Magistro in our call to worship when he says that the true call of our faith is to actively join in the search for truth and meaning. The free and responsible search for truth and meaning. Some of us adopt practices from a particular tradition, such as Buddhism, Judaism, or Christianity. Some of us adopt practices from various sources, like prayer, forest bathing, and meditative walking. Singing, making music, art making, and parenting are often approached as spiritual practices. I chose this topic today because what's happening in our country, I think, is triggering a trauma response from so many of us. This is, of course, true to varying degrees, given the specifics of the attacks and the variation in particular vulnerability. For many of us, this trauma response is ongoing and ambiguous and makes us less able to respond from our whole selves. It makes it easy to stay frozen in fear. I hear this from so many people. But we must do what we can in order to resist isolation and disconnection. We must do what we can now to stay clear and grounded. Stephen Charleston, who is a Choctaw Nation elder and an Episcopal bishop, wrote this recently. When things feel like they are happening too fast, the elders suggest slowing down your reactions to them. Leaping forward to respond to every new reality can wear you out. Practice mindfulness, he says. You will know when and how to act when your response will have an impact. Do not lose your sense of balance. Choose your own time and place. I'd like to name 3 ways that spiritual practice fortifies us for times like these. First, in short, in the words inscribed on the temple of Apollo at Delphi in Greece, know thyself. The baseline level of our distraction and anxiety has been raised, right? And this promotes disconnection from our core values and beliefs. It can make for a drifting away from our center. I experience it almost physically, that sensation of drifting away from center, drifting away from our grounded sense of what's real and true. Spiritual practice interrupts this drifting away and calls our attention back to our inner wisdom. When we're faced with really difficult questions in a rapidly changing and frightening world, spiritual practice helps us find our way. It gives us the space for the time to find our way, to recalibrate, to center, and find our way. Rarely does someone stick with one practice their whole life. Spiritual practices can be dropped, replaced, or restarted. Flexibility and flow are normal. There is no one right path to a deeper spirituality or a more grounded self. My core spiritual practice has long been prayer and meditation for years, and inconsistently so, but it's my regular practice that I return to. I say a brief prayer of gratitude for the gift of this day, and gratitude for my experience, strength, and hope. And then I spend some time in meditative silence, listening to and connecting with the sacred sense I have of being interconnected with the vast universe and all of life on this planet, and being held by a big love. Also part of my practice is mixing in other practices on the regular. Those include art making and crafting, and this kind of lazy form of forest bathing I do, which mostly involves visiting a particular maple in Hart Park, which I've talked about here before, my buddy. These practices connect me with joy, creativity, and beauty, which have been centrally important for me for as long as I can remember. I'd love to hear from you about the practices that keep you connected to your deepest spirit. The second thing I want to highlight is the way spiritual practice nourishes and sustains us. This is about developing resilience and solidity and decreasing reactivity and burnout. Adrienne Marie Brown talks about this in our reading, about how after developing a meditation practice, she notices, quote, that when I am overcome by sadness, loss, anger, joy, desire, restlessness, it helps to be able to drop into myself and choose to be with emotions intentionally, to listen for what is needed. That regular spiritual practice keeps us connected to that central self source of strength, intentionality, choosing, not reacting. It's about listening to your body telling you you need rest, listening to the need for connection and care, and choosing to tend your relationships, to trust others to share burdens with you. A third aspect of spiritual practice I want to lift up is how it helps us to be awake and present to the world around us, which is not always easy. As Unitarian Universalists, we are called to cultivate a spiritual and religious life that is about more than our own inner state. We hold core values of interdependence, equity, justice, pluralism, and love as our guides for how we live our lives. Howard Thurman told a story about an experience he had as a young man. Howard Thurman was a Christian minister and also a key advisor of Dr. King and good friend of Dr. King and leader in the civil rights movement. And he told this story from when he was a young man as in divinity school. This version comes to us from musician Carrie Newcomer. In the small hours of the morning, he was returning home after a meeting. As he walked the length of Main Street, he kept hearing the sound of running water. On that particular day, he had a head cold, and he wondered if the noise was something going on in his stopped-up ears. And the next day, he mentioned his experience of hearing water rushing at 2 a.m. on Main Street to a professor. The professor said, "It wasn't your ears. Main Street is built over a canal that connects to the Genoese River." During the day, the professor continued, when there is so much noise from people and cars, the sound of the canal flowing is covered up and hard to hear. But late at night, when most of the city is asleep, you can hear the movement of the water. The flowing water was actually there the whole time, but it took a time of silence in order to be able to hear it. It was only in silence that a deeper awareness of his home was awakened for Thurman. And it was only in community with that professor that his understanding was made whole. We also have collective practices that deepen our faith as UUs, right? These include lighting a chalice at the beginning of worship and of meetings, as we pause and remind ourselves that we are a spiritual community called to be guided by truth and love. These collective practices include gathering in worship, raising our voices in song, setting up the community room, and sharing food at a potluck. That's a pretty good spiritual practice. These embodied practices help us know in body and spirit that we are not alone, and that people working together have greater power than any one of us does alone. This faith of ours does not prescribe a set of beliefs and practices. The way is not certain and carved out for us. It is indeed a great freedom and also a challenge of our faith that we choose these for ourselves. What I know for certain is that the history, spirit, values, and principles of our UU faith clearly call upon us to grow bigger, more inclusive hearts. Yes, we UUs are called to be sailors, to explore the many worlds that exist on this earth, and not the least of these worlds worthy of exploration is our own inner lives and spirits. If you have a spiritual practice or practices, I recommend doubling down on it. And if you don't, I recommend you try a practice that is life-giving for you. Something that helps you connect with your deepest self and with something larger than you, however you name that. It may take a few tries, and there's no such thing as doing it perfectly, but a practice that deepens and sustains your spirit is well worth it. Safat Emet was a 19th century Hasidic rabbi, a great scholar of the Torah. He spoke about the relationship between a cistern, a rain barrel that collects rain, and a wellspring, a source of water that springs forth from the earth. Rabbi Emet said this: "There is a holy point into the very nature of every creature. This is called your cistern, for it is attached to the body. The more you take the light of the soul upon yourself and draw your deeds to follow this light, the more spirit and soul is added to you. This opens the wellspring that flows without end." The idea is that we fill our own rain barrels with practices that nourish us. And as our actions reflect our own light, we open up a wellspring, an endless flowing source of love and goodness that we can draw on. This wellspring keeps us from using ourselves up, from burning ourselves out. No, the UU way of religion is not the way of ease. But with persistence, courage, and curiosity, we seek truth and meaning for ourselves in our own depths and in the collective living of our values. May we fill our cisterns with practices that give us life, grow our souls, and help us to live in right relationship with the communities and ecosystems of which we are a part. May we let our values set the pace. May we grow our resilience for these times, and may we meet the world with our whole and holy selves. May it be so, and amen.
UU Church West's Split the Plate program is one of outreach and generosity. Each month, we give half of all undesignated offerings to a nonprofit organization to help us live our Unitarian Universalist values, pursue the goal of social justice, and serve our community. Our partner for this month is Pets for Life, PFL. Under the auspices of the Wisconsin Humane Society, PFL offers people in Milwaukee neighborhoods the opportunity to own a pet responsibly without breaking the bank. Today, I'm happy to introduce Billy Zakrzewski, Associate Director of Corporate Philanthropy at the Wisconsin Humane Society, to share a little bit about Pets for Life. He also set up a wonderful table in the community room and has generously offered to stay after the service to answer any questions.
Thank you for having me. I'd like to start off with a quick poll. If any of you have pets at home, raise your hand. Oh, I'm in good company. This is going to go well. One more poll. If you consider your pets part of your family, raise your hand. I have 3 kids at home and 2 dogs, and our dogs are just as much a part of our family, if not more. And they're also a bridge between the rest of our family. So without further ado, my name is Billy Zakrzewski. I work with corporations, businesses, and organizations that support the work of the Wisconsin Humane Society. It's truly an honor to be here with you today. And on behalf of everyone at WHS, staff, volunteers, and the thousands of families we serve, I want to sincerely thank you for choosing to support our Pets for Life program through your Split the Plate offering. The Pets for Life program was created to reach people and pets who are often left out of the traditional animal welfare system. Families who love their pets deeply, but face real barriers to accessing veterinary care, vaccines, food, and basic supplies. Our team goes door to door in underserved Milwaukee neighborhoods, building trust, offering free spay and neuter surgeries, vaccines, flea treatments, microchips, food, and other essentials, all at no cost to the families. We're even able to provide free in-home vet visits in partnership with the UW-Madison Shelter Medicine Program. But beyond the services, what really makes the difference are relationships. One of our clients, DeMonte Moore, first connected with WHS over a decade ago when he needed help for his dog, Piper. Since then, he's become an advocate for his neighbors and was recently honored nationally as a More Than a Pet community hero for the compassion he shows his community. His story is a beautiful reminder that kindness multiplies, one connection at a time. And that's what your generosity is helping to make possible. Last year alone, thanks to supporters like you, Pets for Life provided over 8,000 client connections, more than 4,500 animals served, more than 1,000 spay and neuter surgeries. Of those surgeries, 62% were provided transport to and from the surgery, and over 11,000 free supplies distributed, everything from vaccines to collars, leashes, and enrichment toys. Every dollar you've given is helping families keep the pets they love healthy, happy, and home, exactly where they belong. So from the bottom of our hearts, thank you. Your compassion embodies what community really means. Neighbors helping neighbors across all walks of life. We are grateful for your community's willingness to open your hearts and generosity to the people and pets who need it most. And I will be in the community room if you have any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Billy. You can text your donation to 73256, or you can mail your donation or go to the UUCW's website with the information seen here on the screen. We thank you most sincerely for your support.
And now let us speak together our words for dedicating our offering. They are printed in your order of service. To the work of this community, which is to ground ourselves in love and joy,
To act for inclusion, justice.
we dedicate ourselves, and these are offerings. Now please rise in body and or spirit, and we'll sing together hymn 1017, Building a New Way. Spirit of this church, may the music we create together celebrate this love. May the lives we lead embody this spirit, and may our spirits bloom with resilience and hope. May it be so, and amen.
I got a good feeling if our friends should move away. It's okay.